There we go. Right, we're live.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to week 2 of Stay at Home Tennis with Joe and Scott.
Fantastic.
Today, you will need, if you haven't already seen, a towel, sock, all up socks, a cap, 2 balls, and a racket. By cap, I mean, like cap.
If you,
You have one.
There'll be a variation if you don't have a cap, so don't worry about that. But yes, so that's, what was it? Towel, sock, hat, 2 tennis balls.
Tea towel. Like a bathroom towel.
A racket, and yeah, that cap. So we'll give you a minute or two just to try and find all that stuff.
Do we have anybody that hasn't been here before? Do we have anybody that was here all week last week?
Absolutely. Well, there you go. Let us know if you are the most best attendant. The best attendant? Doesn't make any sense.
If you have the best
Doesn't make
attendant.
any sense. It's on Monday. I've got a Monday brain.
Absolutely.
Okay. Right. Well,
Let's get started.
first thing you will need is your 2 tennis balls, or they could be 2 pairs of socks as well, because we're going to be doing a ball tapping exercise. So place your 2 tennis balls or your 2 pairs of socks on the floor.
You can see that this is a favourite of Scott and ours. Mine.
Scott and ours. Scott and ours.
I'm 2 people.
Our English language is terrible today. And what you are, who said hello? Oh, it's Caroline. Hello. Okay, so what we're going to do on the first one, this is ball tap. So you've got 2 tennis balls on the floor, and what Joe's going to be doing is he's going to be tapping, alternating between tennis balls, making sure that they don't roll away from him. So he's got to be nice and light on his feet. He's doing it nice and slowly to start with, but he's going to up the intensity. Okay, and you've got to make sure you're nice and light on your feet, because otherwise both tennis balls will fly off in different directions. This is a harder version of the one we did last week, where we were just doing 1 tennis ball. Okay, so try and give it a go. Okay, but get practicing. I'm going to go on the other side.
Going to give Scott a chance to give it a go now as well.
Right, who's saying hi? Hey Nina, hey Ed, hey Orla, hey Florence. Who else has said hey? Hugo, hello Hugo, fantastic.
Thank you to anybody that sent us the videos with This Is My Tennis Court last week. I know a few of you are here. We loved those. Particularly the really energetic ones. Those were really awesome. We got some of those. Thank you for those. So hopefully you're all doing this and having a go. You can see Scott's really, really light on his toes here. He's not landing really heavily. You can barely hear his feet at all. That's always a good sign in tennis. So what we're going to do is go straight into our 30-second challenge. So every time Scott touches both balls, or 1 ball, Scott?
Just 1 ball.
So every time Scott touches one of the balls, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, keep your score. At the end of these 30 seconds, we want to know what you've got.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, just going to get my timer ready. It's always on a minute for some reason. Oh no, it's on 15 minutes today. That would be a very long one, wouldn't it?
Who's just said hello? Hello, Odysseus. Hello, Rose. Hello, Barney. Hello, Rob.
Thank you for joining us. Right, are we ready? You've got 30 seconds, everybody. Your time starts now. Right. See, Scott, just lightly on the top of those balls. We're using very soft balls here. They're quite hard to keep in one place as well. So this is even better from Scott than what you might be doing at home. So hopefully everybody's getting started. You've had half your time at the moment. Remember, after the 30 seconds are up, we want to be desperate to know what your scores are. So make sure you write those in and send them over to us. See if you can beat Coach Joe and Coach Scott. 3, 2, 1, and stop there.
60 exactly. Whew. I am warm now. That's quite difficult, particularly doing it on the mat when the balls are getting further and further away from me. You've got to keep them really under control. Who else has said hello? Hello, Lisa. Didn't know you were joining us today. Fantastic.
Lisa, is this your first time here today? Or did you actually join us until last week?
Absolutely, let us know. Right, okay, second go. So if you've got another person doing it, swap over if you want to try and beat your scores. So I got 60. Oh, wow, good scores from Jack and Bruno. Well done.
Hey,
Rob.
Jack and Bruno are joining us again. Thanks for coming back.
Well done, Nina, as well. Fantastic, Orla. Ready, second chance. 3, 2, 1, and go. See if you can beat your scores. I'm going to catch my breath back while I'm watching Joe do this. That's it. So you've got this is a reminder, this is a harder version of one we did last week where we were just doing it with 1 tennis ball. You've got to be extra light on your feet, and you've got to have more eye-foot coordination in order to keep the balls from going apart from each other. Otherwise you'll end up doing the splits. Let's see if Joe can beat my score. The yoga mat's going all over the place. And stop there. What score did we get?
I got 75.
75! Well, you absolutely destroyed my score. Well done. Did you beat Joe?
If I'd have had longer, I'd have been next door though. Whoops. The way that I was going, balls that way, me that way.
Super jump. Right, okay.
So we're not going to need the balls anymore, so you put those balls to the side.
Now, if you've got it, get a towel. We're going to use the towel actually just to divide some space up. We're using it as a line. And what we're going to do is a jumping exercise. So I'm going to have my feet together. I'm standing on one side of my towel. And what I'm doing is I'm doing a 2-footed jump over the towel, okay, right to left. So you guys should be facing me. That's it. And you've got to keep jumping over that towel, keeping your feet together. Try and land nice and light, okay? So you've got to have soft knees.
Absolutely.
Don't want you landing like this.
I'll hurt your
Okay.
knees. What I really liked there is that I was initially watching you, Scott, and then I thought I'll just watch you in how everyone else is seeing you. And Scott looked really bouncy.
Very
in
nice.
there. It was very good. Scott. I liked that.
Very good. Thank you. Right, ready? Let's start the challenge. You're going to do 30 seconds?
Sorry, yep, I forgot about that. Right, we've got 3, 2, 1, go everybody. How many can you do? How many times can you go over that line? If you don't have a tea towel, you could just jump over an imaginary spot on the floor. Or if you're feeling particularly adventurous, you could put something bigger there, like a tennis ball, and that will mean you have to jump higher. That might make it a bit harder for you, so you might not get as good a score. You can see Scott's still going. You've got 10 seconds left, everybody. Scott's good and bouncy here. It's barely making any noise. I'm not sure if I'm going to beat him in this one. 2, 1, stop there.
Oh, gosh. That was 57 I got.
Oh my goodness.
So I don't know why I'm getting rid of that. There we go.
So, who do you think is going to win this one? Team Joe or Team Scott?
Nico and Florina here. Hello, Marina. That was a good score as well. Well done. 78 from Barney, whilst eating a ginger biscuit. My gosh, multitasking. Try not to choke on the biscuit while you're jumping around. Right, okay, second chance.
I'm ready.
Okay, what did I get? 54?
Wasn't it? 180.
Oh, I've got some really good scores. Well done, Nina. Well done, Odysseus. Well done, Danny. Fantastic score. Okay, ready?
Okay, I'm ready.
And 30 seconds, starting now. So you can either try and beat your score, you can have a rest, or if you've got 2 people doing it, see if the other person can beat your score. So you've got to stay nice and light. Joe's doing a very good job staying nice and light. This is good. This is good, just good practice for your tennis footwork, being nice and light on your feet. It's good, good to practice your agility and changing direction. Very good. You have no more time. Time's up. What did you get?
57, I think.
57. A very good score. Oh. Very good. Right. Okay. We're gonna move this out of the way. Our towel is now. Our towel was facing this way. Now it's going across. It's again horizontal. And what we're going to do, you don't necessarily need it, but
we're going to use a couple of cushions here.
We're going to use some cushions. This one is called Fast Feet Switch. So you need 1 tennis ball.
We're using a couple of cushions, but as Scott said before, you don't need to use the cushions. You could just put the ball on the floor and you could be moving it. We're using these to highlight a little bit better.
Just what you're doing.
Exactly what it is that you're doing.
There you go, that's better. It's more on the camera. Right, so when we say go, you're going to do fast feet over. Just seeing if people score. Very good. You're going to do fast feet over the towel or over your imaginary line. So notice I'm going right, left, right, left. Okay, I'm not doing feet together on this one. And then when Joe shouts switch, I've got to be super fast and switch the ball over from right to left or left to right. Okay?
Do be careful when you do this because it could be very easy if you're using a cushion to put the ball on the cushion and have it roll away, or if you're not using a cushion at all, throw it on the floor and the ball will move away as well.
Absolutely.
So be careful about how you put it down.
You've got to have precision. Right, okay.
Okay, hopefully everyone's had a little practice at home. So you're going to have 30 seconds.
So you're racing against me to see, because we'll all have the same score because you're doing it when Joe's shouting switch. You're going to see if you can switch that ball quicker than me and get back and do your fast feet. Okay? Right.
Right, everybody. Time starts now.
So fast feet.
Switch. Oh. Fast feet again, everybody. Switch. It's
making me nervous.
I might make you wait a little bit longer. Switch.
That's very quick then, wasn't it?
Switch.
Notice I'm doing a split step. Split step as well.
Switch. 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 No time for Scott to do any fast feet there. Switch. And stop there, everybody.
Woo, that's a good exercise.
Feeling warm, Scott?
Yeah, feeling very warm.
Did anybody make more noise than Scott at home?
Lots of squeals.
Yeah, I'm sure it was pretty obvious that it was a good squeal there.
Woo.
Just going to get myself a little practice.
That's it.
Okay, you'll notice there that I'm not trying to reach across and put it down with the same arm either. I'm picking up with the arm that's closest, transferring the ball across, or switching the ball across to the other hand, and then putting it down.
There you go. Right. Okay. Obviously, there's no scores on this one. Ready, 30 seconds, and go. Fast feet, everyone. Danny was quicker than Scott, was he now? Switch. Switch.
Just an extra step from me there.
Fast feet, switch. Switch. That's it. So if I'm not saying anything, you should have fast feet like Joe. Switch. 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 Just going to let you wait. And switch. Stop there. Very good, Joe. High five.
Thanks, Scott.
Boom. Right, we'll move the cushions and everything out of the way.
No need for any of this stuff anymore.
Hopefully you're all nice and warm now. Okay. That's it. We're going to do that exercise again. I love that one. Right, okay, next one. So again, we'll show you what to do in pairs, and if you're on your own, we'll have a different exercise.
Just show you progressions, regressions, if it's a little bit too easy or a little bit too hard for you.
This one is called holding hands rally. So with your partner, if you have one, we're going to shake hands. So we're shaking hands with our non-dominant hand.
This is okay because we live in the same house with one another.
Oh yes, that's true. Yes,
Don't do this
you
to
are allowed.
strangers.
Yes, you're allowed physical contact. Okay, and with the other hand, okay, we're going to be doing a rally over this net that we've just made. We're going to get a little bit lower down.
With a bounce.
So I go bounce, hit, Joe goes bounce, hit. And we might have to move around in order to make sure that that ball is going over the net. Okay, because we're not going to be able to keep it in the same spot every single time. Okay? Right, if you're on your own, you're going to make a net.
So Scott's going to use that towel again, just putting that on the floor. That's his rough area there.
And you've got to be both tennis players. So I'm going to be this tennis player, then I'm going to be that one. Okay, so I'm going right hand and then left hand. So this is good practice for practicing, coordination on both sides of your body. Okay, it keeps you nice and warm as well, because I'm doing side steps, side to side. And you're going to see how many you can do in that 30 seconds, whether you're on your own or not.
If at all you feel like really pushing yourself, I've got 2 different things that you can do to try and really push yourself. Going back to the first activity, still doing this, you could actually try and alternate sides of your hand. Using the back of your hand is quite hard when you do this.
Oh my lord.
So I'm going to use the back of my hand to begin with. As you can see, it went much further away, but then I could use the front of my hand again, rather than that side. Or you try and do 10 in a row, and then quickly switch hands. So now we're using the other hand. So now I'm using my left hand to send this with neighbour. And what Scott and I are doing here is developing both sides of the body.
And then switch. I don't know how we do that. So that's good. So get practicing whether you're on your own or if you're in a pair. Okay, start practicing. So we're going to start that 30-second challenge in just a bit. Joe and I will do one more little practice just to make sure we're ready for our 30-second challenge. Now, if you've got one person who's right-handed and one person who's left-handed, then maybe have 2 goes and then have a go on different sides, okay, on each 30-second challenge.
That is always an interesting one because someone will use an non-dominant hand there.
Absolutely. Ready? 30 seconds. So hopefully if you're on your own, you set up your net. If you're in a pair, 3, 2, 1, go.
I'll count, you talk.
Count, okay. That's it. So come on, parents and kids working together, siblings working together, housemates working together. Whoa, that's it. Your right and left hand working together if you're on your own. We've always got a solution for you. That's it. Whoa, that's it. You've got to really make sure that you're working together as a pair to make sure that ball goes over the net. It's a long 30 seconds. It's because I didn't time it. Stop there.
Well,
my timer stopped, so it might not have been 30 seconds. What did we get?
we got 27, but I guess we all had roughly the same amount of time, right?
We had the same amount of time. I'll make sure it works on the next one. Sorry, technical error there, but we all had the same time. Did you beat 27? If you're in a pair or on your own, let us know.
If you are in a pair and you're a child and you have a parent, force the parent to do this with you. Force your mum, force your dad to do this activity with you. It's a really good activity to do in pairs.
Okay. And take some videos and send it to us as well.
Absolutely. Again, thank you very much to anybody that sent us a video saying this is my tennis court. We love those. We can still do some more. So if you haven't yet, you've got plenty of time to send us some.
Absolutely. Yeah, we'll talk about that in a little bit as well, because we need a few more videos, because we're going to make a little advert for this session. Right, you ready? 30 seconds challenge.
Another go.
Have
Sorry,
another
yes.
go. I'm actually going to time it properly this time. Ready? See if you can beat your scores. 3, 2, 1, and go. Let's see if we can beat it. What's our score to beat?
We've got to beat 27.
Right, okay, let's do it. If one of you was right-handed and left-handed, you can have a go on the other side now. Just make it fair. Whoops. Oh, there you go. If it didn't go over the net, we didn't talk about that. You don't start from 0, you just start from the number you made the mistake on. There we go. And time's up.
Oh,
What did we get?
we got 24 that time.
24. Maybe the first time we did it, it was slightly longer than 30 seconds.
I think that's the only time in all of these episodes that we've done that Scott and I haven't actually beaten our first score.
I know.
Doing the teamwork exercise.
But it happens. It happens.
Okay, so today's skill day is going back to some serving again. So if you were here last Monday or last Tuesday with us, we were doing some serving. We're going to do some more serving again today. Serve is a really understated part of tennis. We just don't practice it enough when we're doing our lessons.
Fantastic. Some great scores. Quite a lot of people have beaten us. Well done. Well done.
How dare they?
So what you need now is a towel again. And what we're going to do, because we did a lot of shadow swings on our forehands and backhands, but we're going to incorporate this on our serve. So the first activity is called figure of 8. Okay. Now we've done a figure of 8 with our footwork, but we're going to do a figure of 8 with the towel. So what I need you all to do is hold the towel with your strong hand. You should actually be facing us, face your TV, your laptop, your phone. Okay. And you're going to be doing a figure of 8 with the towel. So I'm going to let the towel come back behind my head. It's just drooping down. It's like it's a back scratcher. Then I'm going to send it up to the sky, and it's going to finish down by my other side.
So if you look again, so Scott will go through this. So it's all starting on Scott's right-hand side. So it's up here. This is his right. And then when he does the swing, it follows through and it lands on his left-hand side, around this side over here. So it started here and it ended up all the way around here.
And if you can keep it going, it becomes that figure of 8. So when it finishes down by my side, I take it back to the start again. Okay, this is a really good exercise to practice the serving motion and the rhythm of the serve. Even professionals do this. You'll see them do it as they're warming up.
He's not lying there. Now notice as well that Scott's holding it in his right hand because he's right-handed. I don't know if it actually looks that way to you. But he's also bringing up his other arm. He's not just standing there and waving one arm around. He's got both arms coming up as if he's released a tennis ball up into the air and he's trying to serve at it.
I am now doing this with my non-dominant hand just to demo both sides. This feels really weird. So get practicing. We are going to have a little 30-second challenge of this. I'll get Joe to do some as well. Let me stand this side.
I'm right-handed as well, so I'm going to go back to the way that Scott was in the first place.
That's it. And again, this is a good way of practicing the rhythm of it, because when the towel drops behind your back, that's when you should be speeding up your racket. Okay, so really fling that towel, okay, across your body. Okay.
What you'll see if you look very carefully is that I don't move until the towel has fallen. So I go up, the towel falls, and then I move. That wasn't the most clear one.
Okay, so we're going to count how many figure of 8s you can do in 30 seconds. Make sure the quality is good of these, okay? Joe's going to demo someone rushing it and not doing it right. We don't want it to look like that. You've got to go through the full range of movement. Okay, 30 seconds, starting.
Oh, wait. I'm ready. You ready, man?
And go. See how many serves you can do, guys. Okay, as Joe was saying, let that towel drop behind your back. It's that kind of like back scratching pose. We called it last week the trophy position. And then as it drops, you accelerate that towel to the other side of your body. Okay, if you're quite tall and you're hitting things, you can do this on your knees as well. The next exercise, adults, you may need to do the next exercise lower down because we're going to add a throw. And stop there. How many did you get?
14.
14, right.
14 was my score.
See if I can do it. It's a good resistance training as well. So
Send it
you
to
beat
us.
14. Let us know, guys.
Anybody writes more than 30, I have an inkling they were doing it wrong.
Yeah, we don't want this happening. Okay.
Yeah. It has to go up and drop. Unless it drops, you just can't go. So sometimes you'll feel like you could go faster or earlier, but you just don't need to.
Well done. 22, 18. Fantastic.
Well done, there's some good
Well
scores
done.
there.
Well done. Okay, ready. I'm going to have my go.
Change around if you've got a different player and they haven't had a go yet, or if you want another go, get yourselves ready because we are going to start in 3, 2, 1, go! Whoa. Moving out of the way there. Scott's going quite quickly here. Did that one drop there, Scott?
I thought that was good. There we go.
Yeah, that one definitely dropped there. Now, on one of those, Scott actually rushed his arm. He dropped his arm down rather than letting the towel fall down in the first place. So creating that lag there. Okay. Got 4 seconds left. 3, 2, 1, and stop there.
I think I got 18.
18!
I think I got 18.
You did look like you were going fast.
I'm not very good at counting. Right. Next activity. We're doing. Is this what the drop was?
This is with the
Right.
drop.
Okay.
So, as Scott mentioned before, if you're an adult or you don't have really high ceilings, which we are not blessed with here, then you might need to get on your knees. That's why I've got the yoga mat out because it hurts my knees. So, what I'm going to do,
Yeah, do it that way.
I'll go this way around. I'm going to get down on the floor and I'm going to put the racket down in front of me. Again, if you were here last week, we did a little bit of practicing where you had to throw it up and get it on the strings. We are doing the same thing here now.
Okay, so we're actually going to do this with socks so that the ball doesn't end up, running away. And what we're going to do is we're going to add the throw and the figure of 8 together. So Joe's going to actually wait for that ball to drop first to see where it lands. Then he does the swing of the serve. Okay, so it'll look something like this. So he does the first bit of serve.
I hit myself.
We'll do that one again.
Such a good throw there.
Okay. This exercise is good to practice the throw of the serve. It also makes you wait, okay, and get that racket in that trophy position before you go and swing. So it stops you from rushing, which is what a lot of people do on the serve. Okay, so he does the throw. As he does the throw, the towel drops behind his back, and then he finishes with the towel on the other side of his body. The score we're going to do this time is we're going to see how many in 30 seconds you do where the ball or the sock lands on the racket. Okay?
She's still using that arm though, that towel.
Okay, ready?
I'm ready.
Off you go. 30 seconds.
Oh.
Yep, sit up. That's it, because I don't want you guys necessarily to rush on this one. That's it. So it counts as one when it lands on any part of the racket. You do have to then finish the rest of the serve off. Okay, so you are not rushing. See how many you can do. If you were here last week, you'll remember when you're doing the throw to keep that arm nice and straight and not do it too quick, because otherwise the ball or your socks will go all over the place. So do it nice and slowly. And stop there. Oh, what was your score?
6.
6 to beat. Right, I'm going to beat it.
I'm going to step out of the way and let Scott have a few practice goes first. Feel free to have some more goes while you're waiting, but do not start counting yet.
Right, let's see if I can get
The timer has not begun.
Oh yeah, I've been practicing my throw, guys.
I haven't had a chance to have a look at anyone's scores, so I'm going to have a look at some scores now. Lisa, are you still here? Are you still having goes? Because first time here, I want to see how it's going with you. Oh, Bruno, well done. You managed to beat me, you devil, you. Jack, you and I are matching. Okay, so Scott's had enough practice goes now. We're going to start our next set of 30 seconds. Remember, you only score when the socks fall on the racket.
Right, ready, guys.
You have 30 seconds. Your time starts now. Okay, Always remember to do that swing anyway. So Scott didn't hit it there, but he still did his swing because that is part of what we're practicing today. Well, that is what we're practicing today. So keep going, everybody. Well done, Scott's doing pretty well here. I'm slightly afraid he's going to beat me again. Not with throws like that, though, he won't.
No, that was a bad one.
You have 5 seconds left. 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there.
I got 4. I got 4 on that one. Let us know if you beat me. Were you on Team Joe? Were you on Team Scott?
If you're at Team Joe now, we're not actually sure if you were originally on Team Joe or if you're just trying to be on the winning team.
That is very true.
It's like new Liverpool supporters.
Okay, right. What scores are coming through? 13 from Rachel/Zach. Well done. 15 from Florian and Nico. Fantastic.
Florian and Nico, when you next come to a tennis camp, I'm expecting aces past me every time. Your scores the last week were tremendous all the way through.
Lisa's still here, but she's struggling to count on the exercises. Don't worry, I struggle to count and talk at the same time.
That's normally why I do the counting and Scott does the talking when we're doing working together stuff.
Next exercise. Doesn't work. Absolutely love this one, and you guys will love it. If you have got one, try and get yourself a cap or a hat. If you don't have a cap or a hat, you're just going to have to use your hand, okay? Or maybe come up with something new. Let us know what you were using, okay? Joe's going to demo.
Initially, I was going to run and get a frying pan when I thought of this, and then as I ran to the kitchen, I saw a hat, and I thought, oh, that's it. That's what we need.
That's what we need for this exercise. So we're going to do this one on the yoga mat again because we don't have enough.
We're just really tall.
We're just also really tall.
Yeah. So
you're going to add that throw again, but you're not going to let it bounce. And instead, you're going to reach up and catch it in your cap. Okay?
So I'm holding the hard part of my cap here.
You might think we're mad, but just look at this. This is such a cool exercise.
Hands together.
You better get this right, Joe. Hey!
Voila.
Because if you're doing it quick enough, it will stay in the hat. You see. So it's practicing that serving action, that serving rhythm. So reach up.
That was a bad throw from me then.
Very good exercise.
Wait!
Oh, if you mistime it, you'll end up launching it.
Absolutely. And one more.
So get practicing.
And a catch.
That's it. And notice actually Joe is doing it like that figure of 8 exercise, yeah? So he's doing it there and then taking it straight back to the start because we're going to see how many cap catches you can do in 30 seconds. Okay?
If you're struggling with this activity, you don't have to start with your hands down here. If you've ever had tennis lessons, sometimes we encourage players to start up here. So you could start with your racket already in the trophy pose, or your elbow, your hat in the trophy pose, so that you're just practicing going up to catch.
Yeah. I
still managed to catch that then. But the idea here is it's meant to be quite tough because we are trying to catch the ball in the hat right at the top. That one didn't work.
There you go. Ricocheted off everything. Okay, 30 seconds.
I'm ready.
Who's on Team Joe? Oh, Zach's on Team Joe again. I will win you over, buddy. Ready? 3, 2, 1, and go. 30 seconds. See if you can beat Joe's score. That's it. Trying to do that figure of 8 action. Let us know. Are you on Team Joe? Who are you rooting for? Team Joe, Team Scott.
Hashtag Team Joe, hashtag Team Scott.
Hashtag stay-at-home tennis. Hashtag this is my tennis court.
Oh no.
Oh, I'll get it.
Oh, brilliant.
You better do the same for me then. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop there. That one just
caught it.
Just counted. Right.
Yeah, fortunately.
10
was my score.
I've been really excited about this one. This is my favourite one. Right, go on then. Can I just have a practice go?
No, yes, of course you can.
Practice go.
Do you know what? I'll start over there just in case the ball does what it did for me.
Ready?
Turn into the light.
How many did you get?
I got 10.
You got 10. Well, who's on team? Someone's put Team Scott. Yes. It's Rachel. Brilliant. Right, ready?
Okay. So your next 30 seconds will start. Hashtag stay at home tennis. Perfect. Yes, that's what we're after. Okay, right. Your next 30 seconds starts now. You got 10, did you? Oh my goodness, that was coming right at me. Then I was a little bit afraid. Just a little bit afraid. Now, if only Scott would drop it, that'd be really useful because otherwise he's on course to beat me. Darn, he's doing very well here. Not to be confused with Scott's normal serve, which is obviously tremendous anyway.
I haven't aced them since 1997.
Yeah, that's the joke we like to make. Every time Scott hits an ace, it's the first ace since 1997. Right, stop there, everybody.
11! Yes! I win.
Well done to anybody that put teeth in Scott there. It's about time you beat me, Scott.
About time I won one.
Getting bored. I was going to go to Florian and Brinkman's, perform this outside their house and see if they can break me.
Right.
Florian and Brinkman, sorry, Florian and Nico.
Let's move. We don't need this now.
We do not need
so
this.
move that out of the way.
Right, everybody, we've done our skills. We have one
Jack, good score.
activity for you.
That doesn't work with a bobble hat. No, it doesn't. You do need a cap. If you don't, so one way we didn't demo is you can just go up and catch it as well instead of using your hat. So you can have an extra practice of that one. Right, okay. Final exercise. Oh, before we do our final exercise.
Zach says Team Joe.
It keeps flipping between both of us. Before we do our final activity, just a reminder, if you were tuned in on Friday, you'll know about this. We're going to be making a video advertising our stay-at-home tennis sessions and also just trying to promote tennis that can be done in your living room or your garden.
Just tennis as a sport, I suppose.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you haven't already, please send us a video of you practicing anything. It could be absolutely anything with the caption, which you've got to say, "This is my tennis court." We've received quite a lot already, which are amazing. We would just like a few more, and then we'll advertise it on our social media.
So I want to see some really enthusiastic, "This is my tennis court."
Absolutely. The more enthusiastic, the better.
Absolutely.
Okay.
If you want to resend us some, by all means resend us some. We haven't started making anything yet.
It only needs to be like a 3, 4, 5 second video. Okay.
Okay.
Right.
So we've got one last activity. Let's have a watch.
Okay. This one. We're going to try and do this one at the end of every session. We're going to see if you can beat your score. So we can see if you have improvement across the week. Okay? We just call it throw, clap, jump.
Very imaginative.
Very imaginative. What you've got to do is...
Come from the same minds that bring you Joe and Scott Limited.
Yeah. What you've got to do is you've got to throw, clap, okay? Put the ball on the floor and then jump. Okay? That's one. Then the next time you do it, you've got to do everything twice. So I go 1, 2, and then I do 2 jumps. And guess how many I've got to do now? I've got to do 3. So 1, 2, 3.
I'm glad you said 3 then, because we could have been doubling. We could have gone to 4,
Absolutely.
then 8.
So every time you do it, you add 1. And you're going to have 30 seconds and you can see what stage you get up to, okay?
Why don't we do this one together?
We'll do this one together so we can have a little race. So I just have a little practice. So you're going to throw, clap, catch, put the ball on the floor, and then jump. And then the next time you do it, it's twice. So you do everything twice. Yeah? And then it's 3. So final challenge, 30 seconds. We're going to see, we're going to try and do this one at the end of each session.
Right.
On
Team
your
Joe, Team Scott.
Get set. Just waiting for the timer. And go. Just the lead. No, you dropped the ball. Yes. Go on. I'm tired. And stop there. Oh, I got 5.5 there. I was halfway through the 6th one.
So I was doing the jumps at the same point, so essentially 5.5 as well.
I can definitely improve on that. I can definitely improve because you get used to the rhythm of it. Let us know what score you got. So how many did you get?
Basically 5.5 as well.
5.5.
A little bit ahead of Scott, but it doesn't really count.
Okay, it was quite difficult. He was way in the lead, and then he dropped the ball. Then, okay, 7. Wow, that is a fantastic score. We need to improve. We will be practicing this outside of the session. Whew, get my breath back.
Okay, right. So we're going to finish now. Thank you so much for joining us again. A little recap. We did some 2 ball taps. So we did this one. We followed that with our jumps over our line in the middle. And finally, we went on to fast feet with a switch involved as well. Hopefully, you remember all of those things.
Then we were doing our racket and hand skills, where we were doing our holding hands rally. Then we did figure of 8 serves. This was our skill of the day. So I want to see videos. Send us some videos of you practicing the figure of 8. We added the throw on that, and then we finally did one of my favorite activities, which is catching that ball in at the cap. Okay. I'm getting some scores through. Ed thought it was more fun watching us two do it instead. Fair enough. I bet that looked quite hilarious. Okay, right. We will finish there. Don't forget to send us any videos of you saying this is my tennis court or this is our tennis court, because we'll hopefully be doing that video later in the week. Okay.
Cool.
Don't forget to tune in tomorrow at 4 o'clock. Don't know why I'm doing prayer hands, but
Right, bye. Thank you so much for joining us.
See you guys.
Everybody.
Enjoy the rest of your day.